Gotta eat a lot more.
Okay, after what we just saw, we definitely need to eat our feelings. Okay. We're done with the pain. That's it. That's it. You know, we can get our last thoughts out the way and just see what's going on over here, man. I think the last episode is the worst episode.
They ruined one of the
Yeah,
greatest series finales.
Yeah.
Not series, sorry.
Well, season.
Season series finale.
Oof. Even if you just stay back and ignore it and go like, all right, cool, we'll just go with the flow. It just feels awkward. The conversations feel awkward. Paku he was kind of douchey, which is fine, but we know why he changes his mind about his stance and girls fighting and healing with the grandma's necklace. They didn't even connect that. This Paku was just mean. I mean, I'm surprised we got a sexism in the show, even though they said we're deleting sexism. It doesn't exist.
I mean, it was just a little light sexism, I guess.
A little dash of sexism from men and women.
We can't be the only ones, dude. There has to be somebody who's like, wait a minute. How are these women fighting if they don't know how to fight?
That was such a red flag for me. Like, wait a minute. They've been taught how to heal since they were kiddos. How do they know how to fight?
Maybe Katara was secretly teaching them.
Because you can believe, like Naruto. I believe. Puts a wall.
I like the Glacius monster.
Although the
Glacius.
Although the war was cool, I still have one more continuity issue because they're firebenders. Why are they coming at them with spears?
They were firebending in the show a lot. There were some fights, but it was a lot more fire. Yeah.
No, yeah, but I mean, when they rushed them and there was people with like the firebenders that were coming with spears and shit, and they're fighting, I like that's stupid. That wouldn't happen. It would just firebend them.
Yeah, they got a lot of them got crispied. But I think that just might be a budget thing, maybe for more cinematography, you know, and choreography with the fights.
I'm so glad.
Go on.
I'm so glad they decided to make Sokka a cuck.
That was a little weird. They turned their princess into a boss babe, which is, you know, that's pretty normal. I was expecting something like that. But then she's the one simping for Sokka. And they
see the weird thing? Sorry, the weird thing is I don't think it's her character or her writing fault. It was the way they made their interactions with everybody else. To be honest, she played Yue pretty decent. I mean,
yeah.
She said that's weird. Her costume design is funky, but like she was decent.
It's the hair. It was the wig. What Birdie said.
Her acting and her parts were fine. It's the way they made every other character interact with her. That's what was fucking weird.
I think just everybody's acting is off in this episode. The only one that seems to really jive correctly would be Zhao. I'm gonna be honest. He was still a fucking snake this whole time. Like he was still Zhao.
He took that when it was him and Zuko talking. I was like, okay, this is good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know there's not a lot of good, but this is good.
But that's like, is that more on how they work with each other? Because the guy who plays Zhao, he has that gravitas. He's the snake of the whole basically first book, but he was Zhao. Yeah.
This also shows the strengths of Dallas Yu, the guy who plays Zuko. He can act so well off of everybody. He's even okay. He's
definitely definitely he can help.
He's bearable with even Iroh's not that great, but he's bearable with Iroh. Like if that dude isn't getting a raise, I don't know what to say. They're fucking up.
And it's kind of sad too.
If he decides to leave the show, I wouldn't be surprised.
That would hurt the show. I'll be honest with you because
don't have no show.
Honestly, he's kind of the reason why it was still watchable with them. It's just that when Aang's in the scene, when Katara's on the scene, it just feels so boring.
Yeah.
Just what it is.
Weird because
even Sokka gets to feel good. Like I was fine with him in 7 and 8. His interactions with the princess, totally fine. His interactions with Cook McGee, it was weird, but it was fine. Like it's Sokka, but it was more cringe. I'll be honest with you.
like what's weird though when I think about it, I didn't. It's weird to say this because the first Katara, if we compare her to M. Night Shyamalan, that one was like a super blank slate. This one's not as much, but she misses her cues. Like I don't get it. It's so weird to see her be pissy when she's supposed to be angry and mad. Like she does not know how to play Katara.
It's like they're trying to hide the demeanor of being like a parent.
No, but her anger,
awkward,
they don't have,
angry.
That girl can't capture her anger.
Oh
That's
yeah, no, that was her whole point. Like she got angry and she let go, and her powers would go with that, with what her feelings were. She's just like, I'm angry, kind of me, and it was weird. That's how I felt with it. It was like extra chill. Yeah.
Weird. Like her angry should have been her concerned and worried whenever. It's like it was weird. Like to me, it feels like she doesn't know how to express the proper emotions for when she needs to. Because like when she's supposed to be worried and upset, she's dull. When she was angry, she was passively like she was just
like passive aggressive.
Yeah, it's weird. And like what I'm trying to say basically is when she should have been fucking angry as shit, that's how she should be when she's worried. Like that would work. But it doesn't because she misses the tone.
We needed that in her fight with Pakku. She was like, I'm not done yet. I'm a girl boss. And then she like surfs around, does her whole thing. But we never felt anything. You could say it looked cool, but again, there wasn't any feeling.
Like, yeah, it happened so fast. Like, who cares?
And
there was no conclusion to that
fight. And that was the almost awkward part to me is that he encases her in the icicle cage. And I'm like, okay, cool. They're going to end it like that. He's going to look at her necklace. They're going to say, oh, I gave this to my wife. And then we get the whole schmick. But he doesn't do that. He locks her down. Basically, she takes the L and then lets her go. And is like, you're a formidable opponent. Okay, cool. And then the fucking crowd is gassing her up, telling her, wow, you're amazing. Where'd you learn this? And I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, that is weird. Bad.
Like, what?
That's how you know it's bad. They have to add a subplot of stupid like that.
They added the subplot of even when you lose, you still win, which is dumb.
It can't even naturally be played out because it's so awkward. And that's the thing too, is like I don't get how they would. Why would you rewrite that? It had the perfect resolve.
That's the effect of the current mindset. There are no losers. Everybody's a winner. Nobody fails. When people need to fail, people need to crash and burn. In the show, it doesn't work.
But that's the thing that made it so good in the original is because they both lost. They legit both lost. You understand that, right? Like think about it. Pakku realizes what he did and what like he has that realization of moment. Oh, this is why this happened. That's why he gets humbled. He may have not physically won, but he realized.
Oh, you mean the long term? Gotcha.
Yes, like the good story part of why that fight works. That fight
everything is because of his broken heart.
But it's not just about his broken heart. It's about his emotions and how he can't handle them. Because think about it. Even her grandma tells him he was dull. He couldn't. She didn't want it. She didn't want him because he was dull and he didn't know how to process properly, like his emotions and everything. She talks about it, and
it's very brief. Yeah.
It's brief, but it makes a lot of sense because Katara loses.
And it's so funny because it's like a throwaway line. It was like, yes, I was, witted once, but it's something that you can easily miss.
No, but not in the show. Remember, he's like, this is my.
No, but when Katara talks to Graham about it, it's like early on. But yeah, go on.
Well, because again, it proves like you see the realization in his eyes at that moment. He's like, I won, but at what cost? That snaps him in. That's why it's so believable when we hear okay, she joins just like everybody else. Like that's why it's so believable that he changed because it makes sense. It hit an emotional impact into his psyche. And he's like, okay. Because without that, it doesn't make any sense. He beat her. So why would he change? It doesn't make any sense, right?
Yep. But in seeing the necklace, he understands that I fucked up. I really fucked up.
I done goofed, dude.
And it's so cool because then we get the next scene where it's like, you know, I'm going to see you tomorrow morning. Why? Well, you're going to need a master, aren't you? And he's
No,
telling
that's not
that.
what happens. That's not what happens. What happens is Aang shows up and then she shows up and he says, Katara, you're late. And then they train, remember?
He doesn't tell her about that. You sure? Okay. I swear he
Yeah,
tells him that.
Paku is fucking calm and collective as shit. That's why this Paku sucks. Like, yes, he's angry and pig-headed, but when he's chill, he's cool as fuck. This one just
Yeah,
sounds
he
like a
wasn't. Yeah,
geriatric old man.
he wasn't. He wasn't that cool.
This guy was lame as fuck, man. He was a dick, but he was still lame.
I will say though, them taking liberty with the way Zuko quote unquote died, I think that was fine. But then
What
they
do you mean
speed
he
ran
died?
their whole spy scenario so fast when they had their
What do you mean when he died?
when he went to the boat. He was leaving because he was gonna get arrested.
Oh yeah.
He blew up. Well, like he's in the he's hiding away, and then he has that scene of leaving. Like I didn't feel anything in there, man. Like it was just so fast to me.
You know what sucks? You know what really, really sucks? Even though I agree with you about the tough part, she would have at least
Oh,
been like, okay, had they what they should have done, no lie, what they should have done, never showed Azula. And when they talked about the war of Omashu being fucking ruled, boom, show Azula. Fine, it would have been good.
they're not gonna do that. Even you told me
No, but you
yourself.
get what I'm saying.
I know what
You
you're
get what I'm
telling me,
saying, though, right?
but the whole second story, third story, whatever is fleshing out Azula that she was an abused character. So we're gonna show you throughout the beginning of the show, which nobody really would know if you read the new book, which again you told me about. But I hate that because you're essentially changing this character's whole arc before they reach that conclusion years later. I bet you no one's gonna give a shit about Azula, except for the stands, I guess. But her not having that struggle, that struggle, people love seeing struggle because people overcome it and then they become better or worse. But that's what makes a character. The hero's journey or the villain's journey, whatever you want to call it. That's cool. Why do you think things like Star Wars always last so long? Why do you think Aang's story is so memorable? Because it's multiple bits. It's him overcoming each little story. This is he didn't even learn any bending.
Not at all.
Did anybody catch that? We finished the whole first season.
He's just gonna start learning water bending.
He barely touched water. What did he do? Like
Katara how to bend, kind of, and that's it.
Yeah,
a giant water
guy. Like, be real with me. What did he do? He got taken over by a fucking Iron Man over there.
He's not even afraid of fire either because he didn't even go through that moment.
I know we didn't even get Zhong's part.
That reminds me, yeah. Then how are we gonna have that? How the firebending thing gonna work?
No Zhong.
Yeah, right. He's supposed to be afraid of fucking fire, so.
That's why he hyper focuses on water, earth, and wind. Again, it's like it's just so dumb. We're gutting up so many things. And then you realize it's all fucked up. So how are we gonna continue this later with some continuity? Even in what was it in the episode 8, we got some of the character developing, which again, super cringe by the way. Making the princess the fox. Why? Can I get an explanation why? Oh, I'm part moon spirit, so I can do that, bro. Is there a count that I missed with that kill, or am I just?
No,
that was weird.
What was cringy is that is such shitty storytelling where they had to overly glance at her top knot, and then we get a flashback to the fucking wolf. Like, really?
Well, they had to make sure you're paying attention. I wasn't. Because they never did that.
No, they never showed that, but it's dumb as hell still.
I just don't like that idea. I know you are a great warrior, Sokka, because you have a big heart. That makes you a warrior.
Pull out your heart on the battlefield.
When he gets that talk from his dad, and he talks about how he's a warrior, or he's become a great warrior because of his smart.
About being a man. Cunning.
Yeah. Which is a badass scene, and it's a beautiful scene. When he meets his dad again, they talk it over. They do the boat trials too. Like it's.
Is it Hakoda or Akoda? I don't know how to say his dad's name.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I think it's I think
He
it's
meets his
Huckle.
dad's friend and gets through all that training.
Mm-hmm.
And then Aang doesn't reveal that his dad's whereabouts because he hides the map. Like we're just missing a lot of just like extra episodes that flesh out key moments.
It's so much little. That's why my brain is like short circuiting right now. Like I know I probably sound like I'm repeating myself, but like 7 and 8, they just flunked it for me. Like this is like I'm genuinely gonna be surprised of everybody. Like, wow, bro, Avatar was amazing. It was the best thing in the world. This and that. And then when you tell them, have you watched the original? They're gonna go, the blue people? No, Avatar: The Last Airbender, the series. There's an animated series, and then when they go and watch that, they're gonna go, holy crap, that Netflix was shit. And
I hope everybody gets told like go watch the series. Like Jesus Christ, maybe that's what Netflix is banking on. They want people to keep watching the original series because it's still gonna make them money either way. Make them more money.
maybe, but it makes me sad because look again. I'll show y'all One Piece whenever y'all are free again. But when you see One Piece was able to take the first 20 episodes of the series because I looked it up like when that crew was settled. So it's about the first 20-ish episodes. I want to say like 30 when they're all together. So we got about 20 or 30 episodes of character stuff in 8 episodes in One Piece. Oda was hands-on. They let him control it. They fixed it up. Did some changing here and there, but nobody cares because Oda made sure everything was by how he wanted it to be. And like I said, it came out great. By the way, if you haven't seen One Piece, I'll gladly watch it with y'all. It's fantastic. I mean, I'm surprised. But in Avatar, they fucked it all up. They took bits and pieces from book 1 and book 2, completely jumbled in some stuff, made some girl boss, which, at this point, we don't care anymore because of the DEI thing going around. If Oda can do something taking 30 episodes, mincing it into 8, how can you not take book 1 and mince it into 8 episodes just like them?
No,
This is like
so
intentional
stupid.
BS to me. Sorry.
So stupid though is if they were so focused about girl bossing, literally Katara is a girl boss. Find the right person for the job. Like what the fuck? I don't understand.
In Hollywood, you can only fail up, my dude.
She's just a Mary Sue. That's all this Katara is.
I thought you were gonna say that about Azula, but yeah.
I mean, Azula's character is, but she's bad, so I didn't care. This one's just stupid. Like it's not even. See, the problem is I can't even point at that flaw because the flaw of her having no grit is worse.
Yeah.
This fucking Azula has no backbone, and that feels awkward as hell. Like anytime she's gonna be sinister or say something where showing strength, I just don't believe it.
Well, this is the thing. I told you, like,
no,
we all agreed, or maybe you can see it. She would probably make a better Toph.
People are, yeah, I know, but people.
She has that.
You know what sucks though? I'm pretty sure there's people, if they agree, they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, you're just hating on the character." I was like, "No, I like the character," or they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're just hating on the actor." It's like, yeah, because I know what the character should be. And this isn't believable. This doesn't make sense. If you have a brain, you'd understand that. It's so.
Could we make the argument that the writing was just that bad for them?
The writing's bad. The direction's bad. Like, I don't.
Because the actors definitely make a big role. Because, like I said, look at Zhao.
Has so many problems. It's weird though. It's like they picked some people good, some people not. Like they cared about like. Yeah, but that's the thing that makes no sense.
That's so yeah. I've noticed that too. It's like half the cast is good.
If they knew they were gonna intentionally change the character, why wouldn't they focus on her traits and focus on making her better, or at least like that doesn't make any
competent.
sense. Competent about what?
Actually being their character.
Oh, you mean competent?
Yeah, because when Katara is on screen, I don't believe Katara. He just feels off, and then when Azula's on screen, all I see is a brat. And when you remember Avatar, you remember an evil, conniving little shit.
No, you know what? No, you wanna know what's fucking weird to me? So, this may be my bias, but when I see them three on May, Ty Lee, and Azula on, I don't see the bad bitch crew. I just see fucking baby daycare. They all look clueless and helpless and like.
I think the only one that fits is is
Ty Lee is
Ty Lee.
okay.
She's
She's
fine.
okay, but there's nothing to play off of.
I
That May is not believable.
yeah.
Kinda 'cause of her body, and also kinda 'cause, like, I don't know, they don't really she
I
hasn't had
think
a
it's
chance.
I think it's more because all three just don't belong there. We
They
do
don't
not
fit
need
as
to
a
know
group.
anything about them until the next season. And
Well,
Netflix just
yeah,
threw
you
them
could
in.
look, I'm not even gonna get into that because obviously there's continuity issues. I'm just talking about look at their like even what we see, they're not I guarantee you next season they're still gonna have this problem because the little bits we see, they don't work well. They just seem weird.
I guess
Like go rewatch it a little bit and just go look at their scenes.
I
They
guess
look
we
like
can say that they
little
just don't feel
babies.
like they belong. Like the
They
actors
look
like
like
is a
little
genuine
babies
miscast.
in the world. Yeah, they don't fit their roles. They don't look like it's not even about appearance, my bad. It's about their acting. They don't fit like and feel like the girl. And
No,
it's
they look.
fucking weird.
Azula looks like a kid. That
They
helmet
all
on
look
her
like
head.
kids.
Yeah.
That helmet on her
Again,
head make it look like you know when they try to like George Lopez when they went kid form, they just had big heads. That's what it looked like.
oh my god.
It's Chibi Azula.
Look,
I just don't feel threatened at all.
this is the thing.
Yeah, I don't feel
We can understand. We all like Avatar. That's fine. We're biased. Deal with it. But we still have to compare on how good they did. And I guess I can safely say they're just miscast. We have a good Zhao. We have a good Zuko. We have a pretty good Sokka. Aang,
Oh, yeah,
Katara, Azula,
I agree.
Ty Lee,
Mac-
May.
Matt called it a long time ago. The
Ugh.
writing is good. They're just all just miscast because the writing is trash.
No, the writing is a mishmash. Because even I admit, in episode 7 and 8, they some parts feel fine, but then it just falls apart. Like whenever they're like in the fights, or they're having a conversation that's important. They always do this annoying thing where they say something, and then they say a phrase exactly from the show, and it just takes you out of the show itself.
Member berries that does.
They member the shit out of it, but it is cringe because they're like, yes, remember, you have to do this really well, and don't forget about your breath of fire because that'll save your life. I was like, wait, you just said something completely different. Why?
Bro, I feel like
Why?
Iroh's gonna come out of nowhere and say, "And remember, kids, always brush your teeth after meals." Like that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm watching a little baby show. What the fuck?
They honestly dumped everybody down, and that's partly the most annoying part of this. It doesn't feel grown up at all, like how you said while watching. It doesn't
Here's
feel.
the only good thing about this show. They
The monsters.
Yeah.
No, listen. Well, besides that, it proved
All right, I'm gonna go get
how
more food.
well and concise the characters of the original Avatar were made. Like, I don't think anybody can dispute that anymore.
Oh no, yeah, 100%. Everything
Because
is pretty tight knit.
there's so many elements that don't work without their character being a certain way. And you see it there. Like, it's in your face now. You can't unavoidably, you can't, like, just look away. You're like, holy shit, this doesn't work because this. Or this doesn't work because this. Or what the fuck, this feels off. Like, you just see it.
It's one of the randomest shows, but something so surprising to see that you take off one character, everything feels off. But in this show, we have like 3 characters off, and it feels like the show doesn't work. Aang doesn't work. Katara doesn't work. Azula doesn't work. Iroh doesn't work. And this show doesn't feel like anything. It just feels like we're watching a mad special that they're trying to be like Avatar, but they really can't. They get some things right, like the fight scene, the creature animations. Those are cool, but just nothing is sticking together. They have such awkward dialogue with each other. They pull from so many parts in the book 1 and 2 that I guess because we're fans, it just doesn't feel right. Again, I genuinely feel like this could have been done properly, looking at what Oda did. But the fact that they tried to smash it so much with the memory berries, with the cool scenes, this character is being awkward now. By the way, we did this, So it's completely different. Okay, cool. But now we're doing the member berries, and now you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, wait, what do you want? Do you want to make your own thing? You want to copy Avatar, or are you trying to do both? Because you can't do that.
Yeah, you're right. The show has no identity.
It's
It doesn't know what it-
it's literally saying, by the way, we're mature for audiences. Yet it sounds like I'm watching fucking Blue's Clues. They just tell you everything. Nothing feels serious. It's not. This is literally discount Avatar.
I feel so bad for the art team, the choreographers, the music design.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Oh,
They're gonna get paid for 2 more seasons.
No, but I'm pretty sure even people like them, like the way they did this, I'm sure they're fans. I feel like they didn't do this just because it's a paycheck. I'm sure they did it because it was a passion project. It's done so well. The choreography, the
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
the music choices, the way they implemented the music to fit a real life scene, real life action, uh, the artists, like all of them, banger jobs. Costume design, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I would like, god damn,
I
I
get
would feel
you.
so fucking mad if I was the choreographer. They did such a good job, but they fucked those characters.
And then you can't even get mad about it too like that, because then it falls into the director essentially.
Yeah, director sucks ass.
Again,
I
it just makes me reflect. If Oda can do
People
this,
said-
why?
Huh?
Why did they have to chase off the creators? Why? They had
Everything.
everything there. They had everything here, but they just had to do it their way. And I know this is the last episode for the season, but I bet you these 2 more, they're gonna be so bad, like The Witcher. It's gonna come out, they're gonna talk about it, and then when season 3 comes out, no one's gonna talk about it. Just like The Witcher, they basically, Henry Cavill said, I'm out. They put in discount Thor, and nobody's talking about it.
You think Dallas U will get out?
Maybe not, because I'm gonna guess the contracts for the whole show. Because let's be
You
honest,
think everybody's locked in?
I would assume so. No way. This is their big project name. I'm sure they thought ahead, but they just had to do it their way.
Curious, like, because people have to know that him and a few other people are the only ones not eating tomatoes. Everybody else is like, you guys sucked.
Again, we can just chalk it up to Netflix being Netflix or DI, but again, half of the actors are really good. And then we get awkward scenes that don't work. And then we get badass choreography. And then we get cringe scenes. And we get member berries. It's just so everywhere. That's really what it is at the end of the day. Because again, the kaiju fight was cool. The fighting is cool. Zuko fighting, Iroh doing some fight back, everybody doing their thing. That looks
What
cool.
was his name? The panda. What was the panda's name again? The spirit.
I don't remember. I discarded the spirit.
He was fucking cool as shit.
His design was fucking badass. I like that design. That was cool as fuck. I guess simply we can just chalk it up to that. It has no identity. It's just telling itself it's a serious show take on
It's not even,
Avatar,
I wanted to give it at least mid. It's not even mid. It's bad.
but it's just bad.
like-
It's
It's
doing
like 2.
it's
I'm giving
doing
it
so
this-
much. It's trying to do so much, trying to say it's a fucking Chad show when it feels like Blue's Clues, Walmart, whatever, and it just doesn't know what it wants to be. It's got all the member berries, it's got all the characters we know, but they're not who we want them to be. Yeah, probably 2 or 3. It's not. Oh boy, let's wait for season 2, boys. We got plenty of time to recover.
Yeah.
I should be finished with 2 and 3 with Michael by then.
Let's
Then
go
we can
watch.
go do other fun stuff.
But, yeah, and then we go watch some good shit. God. Let's go watch One Piece now.